It would be nice if we could, you know, take the bag as well, but alright. You know, just expand our inventory that way. But, whatever. Oh, it's just a pile of rocks. Alright. Christ. I didn't know the Stone Tusks had a, you know, some like defense alliance with the birdies. Apparently they did. Ooh. Okay. No. No. New. No. Definitely not. Here, 1 second. Sorry, it's just I keep feeling like the mic's hitting off my cheek, and it's really irritating because I don't want to like if it hits off my cheek, you know, it'll be rubbing off it and creating a bit of an annoying noise, and I don't want that because that's annoying. Fine, get rid of the emerald. A mark of drag. Ooh, sounds nice. I'll grab all them in a second. Roiling blood, dead boar, mark of drag. It's a rare partial component. 10 poison damage over 5 seconds, plus 7% poison and acid damage. 2 reduced target's resistances for 5 seconds. 10% physical damage converted to acid, and plus 2% life radius. Chain armor of kings. Slightly lower armor, lower health thing. 1 point increased defense ability, no energy regenerated, and fire core resistance, but it does reduce stun durations. It also has a 5% chance when hit of causing me to, you know, issue a battle cry, which for 18 seconds within 18 meters will increase damage by 30% and speed by 5%. And it's movement speed, I presume. And there's a minute cooldown. Sure, I'll use that. And storm charged tarnished war shield. No. Lower chance to block, lower amount of stuff. And I'll take that off once I get the chance. Christ, that really condensed. We'll put this on now. Yes. And here's some more of these half-troll tribesmen. Mine. Apparently she, what's her face, Elsa fled west. So maybe we'll find her out here. Because the guy was saying that, you know, she fled west and the troll tribes were out this way. So, since we're now running into them, maybe we'll find her. It's always a possibility. And well, we'll just speak of the devil.
Watch your back. Trust no one.
You don't smell like one of Cronley's gang. Are you from are you another from Devil's Crossing then? What do you mean by another from Devil's Crossing? I encountered another survivor from Devil's Crossing just recently, who convinced me that Homestead was a place where I could help make a difference. I never got a name, but he cooked a fine meal and told me many remarkable stories about political intrigues in the time of the Empire. Then he set off by himself. Sounds like the chef. If you're headed to Homestead, why didn't you join him? He just got up in the dark of night and told me that he was heading on as he had urgent business in Homestead. I warned him that it would be wise to wait until the trolls and the Ethereals fought it out in Smuggler's Pass, but he said he could pass unseen between them if he was alone. It sounds crazy to me, but he was a likable fellow, and I hope he fared better than I expect. I plan on fighting through Smuggler's Pass. You could join me. I appreciate the offer, but as I said, the fighting seems a little too intense up there right now, and I plan to wait it out. I advise you do the same, but if you insist on pressing ahead, I hope you prevail. What can you tell me of this area? I can tell you it's swarming with trolls and harpies, and that you best bet what to believe by whatever way you got here. I was heading for Smuggler's Pass, which leads through the mountains, but found it's become a battleground between troll tribes and the Ethereals. If you're not familiar with trolls and their ilk, they have a perverse predilection to abduct and keep humans as mates. It's not a fate I planned for myself, nor his possession, so I'm biding my time looking for another way through. I take it you have some experience with trolls. I'm not sure how you meant that, but in either case, no. I've never seen a troll until after the Grim Dawn. Just heard the odd tales of travelers got missing, or abductions from villages in the mountains. Apparently, there are a lot more of them living up in these remote parts than anyone realized. In some folklore, trolls are a primitive ancestor of humankind. They never advance beyond their bestial impulses. Others say they're the terrible result of generations of inbreeding among small mountain tribes. They're temperamental, greedy, and extremely violent. With just enough cunning to be dangerous. If your name is Elsa, then a mutual friend is looking for you. I can only assume you mean Mornay. Well, Mornay. Edith nearly got me killed out in old Arkova. Bandits got us in the night, drawn to his damned fire. They tied me up and dragged me back towards their camp, probably to share me with the rest of the gang. Shame for them, they weren't good at tying knots. I slit their throats while they slept and made off on my own. Why didn't you return to Moray? Well, I thought he was dead, but knowing he's back in Devil's Crossing makes me even less intended to return. He's not a bad man, but I can't stand to have him fawning over me like a replacement for his dead wife. He believes there is some great romance between us, and refuses to accept that I have no such feelings. Should I tell him you're alive? It might be better that he believes me dead. The last thing I need is some lovesick fool pursuing me through this hellish world. Fair enough. Goodbye. One sec. Didn't catch that myself. That she was meant to be some replacement for his dead wife. Just that she's someone he cares for, and after losing his wife, he doesn't want to lose another person. Not that she's necessarily a replacement for the wife. Of course, it's plenty possible that she's not. In some fiction you can have narrators. Within some of those fictions with narrators, you have like in novels and TV shows and whatnot. There's narrators. Sometimes narrators are unreliable. Well, she isn't a narrator. Maybe she's inaccurate in her assessment, or maybe I just missed it. Either or. Fair enough. She seems plenty capable. So, she's probably not in much danger of dying anytime soon. Unless she gets rightly ambushed. They're not that dangerous all in all. Also, my war cry triggered, so nice. If only I could have taken advantage of it. But no, gotta get netted. Just took out an entire camp by myself. Not half bad. It just is kind of badass, honestly. But I wonder, will we ever, learn why my character is so badass? Because I question if many people, even like a well-trained military person, could just do what my character is doing, within the universe and whatnot. Just take on, 10, 20, 10 half-troll brutes, or 10 troll brutes, and survive. And just reduce some of them to a bloody mist, or take on a pack of boars like this, and win. Is it because of the Ethereal's possession? It did change us, but for the better. Ooh, dynamite. Don't mind if I do. Is that just the case, or what? Personally, I'm putting money on that being the case. Let's just pop back to town for a moment. Didn't mean to click on that. Click on you. Also, use this and use this.
There are few people I hold in high regard, and I count you and Bourbon among them.
I could tell Elsa. Tell him about Elsa, but I don't know if I should. Any other areas you explored? I've explored many regions after the Grim Dawn struck. What would you like to know about? Northeast, Homestead. What's furthest north you've gone? Anything else out there? Well, northwest. Yeah. Let's do northwest. The roads to the northwest are treacherous. The ethereal presence there is less, but foul creatures proliferate in the wilds, and restless spirits walk the world. No less dangerous are the desperate and depraved humans stalking the roads, preying upon the weak. It's been the same with every region I've explored. Either it's held by a powerful enemy force, or else fought over by numerous lesser groups, each dangerous in their own way. The realm was shattered, and I don't know how we can ever hope to put it back together. Homestead. Homestead's not going to be easy to reclaim. It's a real mess. Scattered ethereal corruptions roam the fields, but the cult of Chiton, I have no idea, has a strong presence. One of the most horrible things I've encountered among the host of atrocities, the Chiton blood farms, row upon row of humans hanging from posts, some dead, some still alive, their blood draining into catch basins like sap being collected from trees. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the headset. I've heard the Chitonians use the blood to empower their sorcery, some creatures up from the void. To make matters worse, gigantic, terrifying insects as large as horses have infested some of the fields. I'll wager they slipped through the weakened veil between realities. And then there's the necromancers. Christ. Furthest north you've gone. The further north you travel, the more you encounter strange anomalies caused by ethereal power. Disruptions in reality, swirling vortexes of energy, fields of aether fire. It defies the senses. In some places you can be killed by the air itself. There's no way to fight against that. You just have to run and hope you run fast enough. Even if humankind drives back these outsiders to their own realms, how are we going to restore the land? Maybe if you cut the steel off all the rifts, break out the soldering iron and the cement, and cement, they'll solve themselves. Maybe it's exposure to wherever the ethereals are from, Their reality leaking in, or their world leaking in. So, seal up the world, and that'll solve it. Yeah. I don't know whether this is just hopeful delusion or something more, but there are a few drifters I encountered spoke of another human enclave in the mountains. They talked about a fortress built of salt rock that could repel any ethereal attack. This fancy doesn't consider that salt would dissolve in the rain. While that might be fanciful nonsense, there are quite a lot of old mines up in the mountains. It's possible some people found refuge in an old salt mine. Thanks. I am tempted in telling him, especially with the option of... Well, I'd love if I had the option of saying, like, look, she's not interested. But I can't guarantee it. And to be honest, he's probably going to get... There's a fair chance he'll get himself killed anyway, trying to find her. So, it's tempting. Grim taught me a thing or two before he left. Now, I ain't some master chef or nothing, but hopefully it'll be better than the grub I've been serving up before. At least as long as we have rations to go around. Where do you think he went? I haven't a clue. He seemed to be in an awful hurry. Interesting. You? Nope. New.
There are few people I hold in high regard, and I count you and Bourbon among them. You have no idea how relieved this makes me. I must go find her.
Okay, if you didn't catch it, I told him she's alive. and I'm going to be honest with him. Then again, part of me's thinking that might get him. You know, she's the one person that he cares about anymore. He'll top himself. You know, he might do himself in. Fuck it. You know what? Being honest. Best policy. Hey. Even don't. She wants nothing to do with you.
You're probably right. I just wanted to patch things up. Elsa's a lot like my wife, you know, before the ethereals got her. At least I know Elsa's safe.
Well, it seems she was right in her assessment. You just never said anything explicit like that before. And to be honest, originally I thought she was his daughter. So that's probably another reason why I didn't think she was he was seeing her as a replacement for his wife. Anyway, it's good to let go.
There are a few people I hold in high regard.
Oh, good. That all worked out well. I was waiting for him to just go tearing off and get himself killed or something. Barren Highlands. For whatever reason, our portal's over here, but okay. Some monsters drop equipment unique to them, known as Monster Infrequents. That is an interesting name. I'm going to go back and say hi to Elsa, because I'm curious to see, does she have a new dialogue now?
Watch your back. Trust no one.
No, she doesn't. Ah, well. Oh, also, did I spend that devotion point? No, actually I didn't. Let's get the next in the vat. And if I look here, I should have... Actually, I do some bleed damage, and I have 9% lifesteal from my main hand weapon. From this. Oh, actually, yeah, it comes with some default lifesteal. Nice. And I have some trauma modifier. Do I don't do any trauma damage? Pet bonus is 3% life, 5% attack speed. So that's block, retaliation, stats, greatest monster killed, Darius Cronley. The most powerful monster your character has killed. And I've only died twice, and time elapsed is 12 minutes. No, 12 hours. I was wondering, like, 12 minutes? I've played for a lot longer than that. But no, 12 hours. Sometimes I'm swearing these enemies are unaggressive, and they only all start attacking because my minions do. Somehow I doubt that's the case, but it just, either that, guess they just take a moment to actually start attacking. Also, that is great. It has so much great higher armor, but I'm not really sure about swapping out right now. I kind of like what I have, you know? And swapping out to a thing without any bonuses beyond the higher armor, I'm a little iffy on right now. Anyway, these harpies really not a threat, and don't worry, I will go turn in that quest over there at some stage. But anyway, yeah, the ethereal possession and whatnot clearly must have had an effect on my character, because I question if anyone else, you know, can do what my character can do, you know, or if many people can, because I question if many people can reduce people to blood mists. It just, I know, doesn't seem like a common talent. You know, if it was, you'd think they'd be doing a lot better in the war against the ethereals, you know? Yeah, they actually seem passive compared to... they actually seem passive until my minions attack. Especially compared to, like, you know, Cronley's gang and whatnot. Any other factions? No. And the only people I can get in rep with are these two.